thing that I found, like if you're struggling with, addictions or you're eating too much junk food or whatever, is to find an accountability partner and put him on Habit Share. Okay, the Habit Share app where you guys can share apps and you guys set up the habits that you're going to commit to. All right, you baby step into them. By the way, all this will be in the course. You baby step into them. You do like one or two, right? It'll be like no junk food till 6 p.m. for the first month, maybe just that one habit. And then both of you guys sign up on that and you say, okay, it's $200 a mistake. All right. Aaron's my accountability partner. If I make a mistake, I got to pay him $200. Last month I had to pay him $400 because I fucked up twice on my cheat meals. One of them knowingly. I was like, this is going to cost me $200. I did it anyways, which means that I'll probably have to bump up that number for my mistakes to $500 for it to really hurt. That habit share accountability will be in the course, but that is for life. Okay, that's for life. Assuming Aaron's willing to do it. If not, I've got to replace him. But I've got a bunch of guys in mind that I could do that with. Because I can't trick myself and say, well, I'll just do this for 30 days, because in the back of my mind, it'll just be like, well, 30 days and then you backslide. And then what's to stop you from going back to where you are right now, right? It needs to be continuous, accountability and pain overwhelming whatever that pleasure is every single time. Meaning like it's got to be more pain for you to relapse on junk food every single time than it is to like eat that pizza. Right. I digress though. That will be in the course. If you could find an accountability partner, if you want an accountability coach, again, that's something I can do for you in my coaching program, but you have to be serious about it. Most of the clients I put on that tapped out after a few days. I just watched them stop checking off things on their habit share. And it's just not going to happen, for those guys because their discipline level is just not, at this point, it's not where it needs to be. So we focus on other things. But you need a mission, okay? If you're going to do something in the next 30 days, it's set your mission, set your lifestyle structure, get organized, get your entire fucking life running on one app, running on autopilot, so that you've got a structure, a foundation, a base, and you know what you're working towards. That's by far like the most important stuff that you could learn, at least from my side. And that's been totally experienced with my clients. Once they have the plan, the organization, the structure, and the obstacles removed, they don't have time for a fucking 30-day challenge. That's the other thing. I'll take, my young boy, Nick, right now, okay, who started coaching with me when he had $3,000 in the bank. He went balls to the walls. Now we got his savings up to 17 grand. He's working a sales job all day. And then outside of that, he's pitching clients for his personal training business. Okay. And we're talking about door to door. We're talking about, we've done cold calls. We're talking about going around to the gym that he's a trainer at and pitching everybody in the gym. Okay. And outside of that, he's actually training clients. All right. We've added, in the couple months that we've been working together, we started adding 1,000, 2,000, 2,500. We're going to be adding like 3,000 a month in income on top of what he's getting from his job. Outside of that, he's actually training the clients. Outside of that, we built his website, YouTube channel. He's doing YouTube videos. He's studying branding. Soon enough, by the end of the year, we'll probably get him advertising. Outside of that, he's seeing like a girl once, maybe twice a week for a few hours here and there. And maybe by the time all that shit gets wrapped up, and he's doing his own workouts every day, by like the time he gets home at like 9 p.m. and everything's done, he's got like from 9 till 10 to watch stuff on YouTube or just, relax or whatever. And then he's up at 4 the next day. And for him to be able to make my schedule, because I'm over in Eastern Europe, he does our calls at 2:45 in the morning, okay? That boy doesn't need a fucking 30-day challenge. That guy's entire life is challenged because we got him on the right structure and the right system. And he's not feeling like, man, I'm lost. I should be doing more. I don't know what I should be doing. If anything, it's the opposite feeling, right? We got to work through feelings of overwhelm, and we got to work through ways of keeping him motivated and excited. And one of the big ways is like, hey man, the harder you push on this, the faster you get to quit that fucking job, dude. You know, we're going to be out of that job in Q2, so you can go full-time on your personal training business. You're 23, it'll be the last fucking job you ever worked, and you know, you're going to be making six figures by the end of this year, which I firmly believe. At a new business. Like that's where you should be aiming. Like you shouldn't have the time to do one of these fuck around challenges. Okay? And like if you fap a few times in between that, and you know, you allow yourself to have a few cheat meals like Friday, Saturday nights, okay, it's not a huge deal because you're working on solving the major, most important things in your life. So it's okay to have a little bit of pleasure to look forward to, right? Versus, you know, trying to massively deny yourself all this pleasure over a month or something only to relapse in the future, but not building your mission, business, and all these other things, and still having $4 or $5 grand in the bank account and living with mom or living in some shit apartment or whatever. Okay. So long story short, or long story like slightly shorter, it's still kind of a long story. Quit fucking around with these fucking 30-day challenges. God bless everyone that's doing it. I know that like Victor Pride back in the day wrote some good books on 30-day challenges. I like those books myself. I know that guys have got value from it. But instead, if you want to buy a book, buy my book, How to Get Organized, and just fucking do that, and it'll set you free and systemized for the rest of your life. If not, wait for the course. If you want to spend more money, do coaching with me. If you don't, you can watch these free videos. It's all good, but the number one thing you need in life is mission, structure, organization, and having all your tasks and everything lined up and on autopilot, and like you'll never go back to living any other way. It's just like massive game changer.